Hey, what's up, good people? How you doing? David Taub here. Hope all is going well, and I hope your guitar and musical journey is going famously. And today I have a really cool lesson on how we can start prepping you to play that F chord. And we're going to use a substitution chord to enable you to keep moving your guitar journey forward while you're working toward that F chord. Because, I know that probably one of the hardest chords that you're encountering at this point in your journey might be that F chord. And it's frustrating, for sure. I feel you. But with a little practice and some techniques and using this substitution, it's really going to help you to get those fingers stretched and to get ready to play that full F chord. And to help you apply this, I'll give you some practice exercises, progressions, and if you want some more chord changing help, I have a really killer video lesson that gives you lots and lots of tips on chord changing, how to really blast it to the next level, practice, long practice progressions. It'll really help your chord changing and your rhythm and timing. It's an awesome lesson. I'll send that along with my free ebook, which has chord charts and more exercises. And all you have to do is just click on that link below. I know probably right now you see a song with an F chord in it, you just throw it in the pile and you're like, we'll do that one another time, right? But now you can bring all those back. That F chord's important. It's in a lot of songs and you really want to get it down. So to make your F chord journey a little bit easier, we're going to use a substitution. We're going to play an F major 7 chord. And you could substitute this chord in your songs, in your practice, in your progressions for now, whenever you see an F chord. And we're just playing 4 notes. We're playing the 3rd fret on the D string, we're playing the 2nd fret on the G, and 1st fret on that B string. So an open high E, right? There you go. But notice the fingers are right up behind the frets, right? Now, we want to have this diagonal, and you also want to have the wrist down, and you want to be hooking this 1st finger, not flat like this yet. Obviously, here's our full F chord, but for now, we're going to try to get that F major 7 going. Now, if your wrist is too high, or if your fingers flatten too much at 1st finger, you're not going to get that open E string. It'll sound like that. That's not an F major 7. We need that E note in there, that high E string, right? So drop your wrist a little bit. You have a nice stretch here, and you're right behind the frets. If you have to go a little bit back to get it, that's fine, but always shoot to get right in behind those frets. Get that chord to sound clean. Notice it kind of looks like, has a similar shape almost to a C chord, right? So that's actually good practice, to go back and forth between the F and the C. F, C. There's our C, right? So here's our F major 7. Right to that C. Okay, even if you could do a nice slow quarter note. All down strokes. 2, 3, 4, C. Now, once you have it down, when you're doing these quarter notes, make it more musical. Let's do a strum pattern. All right, and so start with an easy one, like down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down. Change. 2 measures per chord. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up. F major 7, C. Right? So the next step would be, let's do a little bit more complex strum, and then let's add some chords to it, bouncing back and forth between the F major 7 and other chords. Do a little different pattern. Let's try this one. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. I'm just holding the strings and scratching it out. Slow. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Down, down, up, down. Rest, up, down, up, down. We'll go F major 7 to C. See how we're doing this in stages, right? Down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, C. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. F major 7. Up, down, up, down, C. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. If you can, hook your thumb a little bit over the neck and mute the low E string. Because on the F major 7, technically you're not playing the low E or the A. If you can get it over a little further, mute them both. But on the C, you definitely want to mute out that low E. Right? You don't want to worry about hitting it. If you can, do it. If you can get it up just, not way over, not pressing down because you're going to fret that note, just touch it. Just enough to touch it to mute it. then you don't have to worry about hitting all 6 strings, right? Because it's only going to sound out. You're only really going to hear the 5. So now let's add chords to this exercise, but always go back to that F major 7 after each chord, because we're practicing that F major 7, right? That's the whole point of this. So go F major 7 to C, then F major 7 to D, then F major 7 to A minor, then F major 7 to G. See all these chords we're hitting? This is a harder exercise, and that's what you have to do on guitar, is keep pushing yourself. Harder exercises, harder chord changes, harder strum patterns, harder songs. That's how you get better on guitar, right? Even if you have to at first just do 4 downstrokes, like down, 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 C, 1, 2, 3. Back to F major 7. D, 2, 3. F major 7, 2, 3, 4. A minor, 2, 3. F major 7. G. And then you end on that F major 7 chord, okay? So after you get it in that nice steady quarter note, right? 1 note per beat, then we'll try it with that strum pattern. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, right? Let's try it. A second, please subscribe to the channel. Subscribing to the channel, that really helps us. It really helps us to keep bringing the content. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, click the like button, share it, and place a comment below. Let us know what lessons you'd like to see coming up. Let us know how you like this lesson. Keep in mind when you're doing these, keep your fingers tight against the fretboard at all time. Don't pull your hand apart, right? Keep that cluster principle that I talk about. Never bring your hand off the fretboard. Pretend like when you're changing, you can't get a credit card in between your fingers and that next chord. Really economical movements, right? Keep that pinky attached to that 3rd finger, right? Hitching a ride as you go through all these changes, right? You see that in that close-up, how I could change, like for instance, F major 7 to A minor. Look, that stays exactly in that position. That's what you want, right? No matter what chord you go to. So I always want to use those good chord changing techniques. Let's use a popular song as an example. The song 1 by U2. The chords in the song, it starts on A minor, then it goes to a D sus2. If you never played a D sus2 before, it's like a D major chord, right? Except you take off that 2nd finger, playing that open E string. So A minor, D sus2, F major 7, there's our F major 7 practice, G, right? And then more for the chorus, it goes to a C, A minor, F major 7, C. Just repeats, repeats, repeats. All right? The strum pattern. Guess what? Remember that strum I showed you before? Down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down. We're going to use that one. Pretty much it for the song. Basically just has those 2 parts. We're just playing kind of a stripped down version. Now if you stumble on any of those, maybe for instance that F major 7 to G is giving you a hard time, just F major 7, G, write that down, that change, and then every day practice it like 10, 15 times. Just those 2, back and forth, back and forth. the mechanics of that change, right? If you play your G like this or like this, that's fine. You can practice it like that. Whatever way is comfortable for you. But you want to go back and forth until you have that change solid. Work your chord changes 2 at a time, and eventually you'll have them in your back pocket. They'll be a piece of cake, and then every time you see it in a song, like here, we see how that F major 7th to C, like, oh, I know that change, I can do that. Try some other songs. There's plenty of them out there with the F chord in them, and you can substitute that F major 7 for them, right? And use that as a vehicle to keep moving forward with your practice. Be sure to click on that link below and get the free video lesson on chord changing. That'll really help you. Also, look out for more lessons where we'll dig further into playing the F chord. And also subscribe to the channel. That really helps us to keep bringing the content, right? We so appreciate that. Thank you so much for joining us and for your support over the years. Remember, your guitar playing is an evolution. Take care and keep on rocking.